Here's a closer look at the source of our bad air quality. 1,200 fires are burning in Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Ontario right now. They're burning about 283,000 acres, which is roughly the size of the Twin Cities metro area. The smoke from these fires impacting our air quality here. Take a look at these images of those massive wildfires. A state of emergency has been issued for all of Manitoba, with close to 50 fires being fueled by hot conditions, low humidity, and heavy winds. That's now sending evacuees south to cities like Winnipeg. It's the largest evacuation the province has ever seen, and nearly 20,000 people are now relocated. Due to limited shelter space, the government is also urging evacuees to take shelter with their family and friends. Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney has agreed to send in the military to help with suppression efforts. And here's some advice for dealing with that poor air quality. Some of the health risks that come along with this poor air include itchy eyes, runny noses, and wheezing and coughing. Essentia's urgent care nurse practitioner April Jacobson says those with underlying health conditions, seniors, and young children are the most at risk, but there are some precautions that everyone should take to protect their health.
If they start to experience those symptoms, definitely stay inside, use air purifiers. I would avoid having your windows and your doors open, using a mask if you're going to be outside for long periods of time.
And a reminder, don't forget about your pets either, as being out and exercising in poor air quality conditions can impact them as well.